All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. I want to give double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And blessed salutation to the Akim out there enduring this truth across the four corners of the earth, as well as the men and women that follow, and those who might look like the other nations, but are of the nation of Israel and your father's side by blood. And I wanted to get into a quick lesson because what I've experienced, and I'm pretty sure other brothers have as well, is sometimes you'll pray to the Heavenly Father, for things, let's say faith, patience, diligence, certain characteristics or certain things to build your spirit up or make you a better man of the Lord or servant of YAHAWASHI. And he'll put you in those positions for you to, prove yourself. All right. And proving yourself is pretty much testing yourself. So it puts you in situations to be tested. I know a lot of times when I decide to eat a certain way, a lot of people offer to buy me food. The food that they're eating pretty much. If I say I'm gonna just go a week or two without meat, everybody, you want a chicken sandwich, you want this, you want that, I cook this, so on and so forth. And at the end of the day, it's you're being tested because the only way to add those to your arsenal is to overcome them and practice them. All right, just as we rehearse the righteous acts, you get you get better at it in a sense. All right, you just know you coming from a certain life of living, and then now you come into the truth, and now you this is the right way. All right. I don't want to drag it out and just keep saying, but I'm going to just go ahead and get into the scriptures. 1 Kings 3:5, it says, in Gibeon, the Lord appeared unto Solomon in a dream by night. And the Most High said, ask what I shall give thee. And Solomon said, thou hast showed unto thy servant David my father great mercy, according as he walked before thee in truth and in righteousness and in uprightness of the heart with thee. And thou hast kept for him this great kindness, that thou hast given him a son to sit on his throne, as it is this day. And now, O Lord, my power, thou hast made thy servant king instead of David my father. And I am but a little child. I know not how to go out or come in. And meaning, he don't I don't want to say a little wet behind the ear. He's not experienced in a sense. All right. It says, and thy servant is in the midst of thy people, which thou hast chosen, a great people that cannot be numbered nor counted for multitude. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge this thy so great a people? So he's like, you've put me in this position. I'm grateful for it. But this people that you have me before is a great people. They're your people. And I just want the ability to, properly serve them and judge them. Right. It says in the speech, please the Lord, that Solomon had asked this thing. And the Most High said unto him, because thou hast asked this thing, and has not asked for thyself long life, neither has asked riches for thyself, nor has asked the life of thine enemies, but has asked for thyself understanding to discern judgment. Behold, I have done according to thy words. Lo, I have given thee a wise and understanding heart, so that there was none like thee before thee, neither after thee shall any arise like unto thee. And if you think about it, this was a very selfless act. All right. And as we know through the spirit of YAHAWASHI, that Solomon was YAHAWASHI. Okay. And as you see, this was a selfless act within itself. And guess what? When he came down as YAHAWASHI, he did the ultimate selfless act. All right. By putting his life on the line, sacrificing himself. Like he said, there's no greater love, okay, that we can be reconciled unto the Heavenly Father. So as it said, the Heavenly Father was very pleased with this, okay? It says, verse 13, it says, and I have also given thee that which thou hast not asked, both riches and honor, so that there shall not be any among the kings like unto thee all thy days. And if thou wilt walk in my ways to keep my statutes and my commandments, as thy father David did walk, then I will lengthen your days. So it's like, you didn't ask for these things, but since you didn't, I'm going to give these things to you anyway. And Solomon awoke, and behold, it was a dream. And he came to Jerusalem and stood before the ark of the covenant of the Lord Yahawah, and offered up a burnt offering and offered peace offerings, and made a feast to all his servants. Then came there 2 women that were harlots unto the king, and stood before him. And the one woman said, O my Lord, I and this woman dwell in one house, and I was delivered of a child with her in the house. And it came to pass the 3rd day after that I was delivered, that this woman was delivered also, and we were together. There was no stranger with us in the house, save we 2 in the house. And this woman's child died in the night, because she overlaid it. And she arose at midnight and took my son from beside me, while thine handmaid slept, and laid it in her bosom, and laid her dead child in my bosom. So she swapped out the children. All right. And when I rose in the morning to give my child suck, behold, it was dead. But when I had considered it in the morning, behold, it was not my son, which I did bear. And the other woman said, Nay, but the living is my son, and the dead is thy son. And this said, No, but the dead is thy son, and the living is my son. Thus they spake before the king. Then said the king, the one said, This is my son that liveth, and thy son is the dead. And the other said, Nay, but the son is, but thy son is the dead, and my son is the living. And the king said, Bring me a sword. And they brought a sword before the king. And the king said, Divide the living child in 2, and give half to the one and half to the other. Then spake the woman whose the living child was unto the king, for her bowels yearned upon her son. And she said, O my Lord, give her the living child, and in no wise slay it. But the other said, Let it be neither mine nor thine, but divide it. Right? So you can see what's going on here. It says, Then the king answered and said, Give her the living child, and in no wise slay it. She is the mother thereof. So that's how, let me finish. It said, And all Israel heard of the judgment which the king had judged, and they feared the king, for they saw the wisdom of the Most High was in him to do judgment. So just as he just prayed for that, the ability to judge the people, he was then what? Put in that situation. All right. To where he, through YAHAWASHI, found a way to discern, to properly judge this situation. You know, he's like, well, if y'all both want to claim the child, split it in 2. And now, of course, the one whose child he really is, is not going to want to see that child, any harm done unto that child. All right. So therefore, he was able to properly discern this situation. You also have a situation in, I wonder if it was Judith. I wasn't going to get it. But about there was a lady, she was out bathing in the yard and stuff, and there was 2 servants that, you know, besought her and loved her beauty, and they were spying on her pretty much. All right, and then they tried to set her up, and her being a woman, she wasn't able to testify for herself, but she just accepted it. So I believe it was Daniel, but he came about, and he found out a way to figure out if they was telling the truth or not. So what he did was he separated them and got their story. All right. And I'm wondering if this is how the interrogation rooms, got it from the scriptures. You know, that's just my speculation. But their stories didn't match up, and that's how I knew that they were lying. Right. And Hey, discernment and rightful judgment, righteous judgment is beautiful. All right, because it's you definitely need the spirit of YAHAWASHI to do so, because I mean, you'll have certain things you'll have to judge, small cases, large cases for the most part, and it often comes from being selfless, not thinking about yourself or what you. It's not like Esau's contaminated, corruptive system, to where, depending on how the judge feel that day, or depending on how much money you have, or what lawyer or attorney is representing you, will determine your outcome. All right, but when it comes to YAHAWASHI, it's just, and what he does is he puts his spirit. As you see, he gave wisdom and an understanding heart unto Solomon, that he was able to discern properly, to judge righteously, and they knew it, and they saw that. All right, so if people can see that and would fear that, it would allow them to be more honest, in a sense. It should allow them to be more honest, I would say. So it's the same with us, man. Within this truth, when you're praying to YAHAWASHI to, allow you to increase in certain things, you're gonna be proven. All right, those situations. If you want to pray to the Heavenly Father to read more, you're gonna have opportunities to read. You just got to make sure you discern those opportunities, the timing of it. All right, the Lord will provide, man. He said, "Ask and ye shall receive." Okay, just be prepared to be tested. All right. So that was it. I wanted to get into that. Lord willing, you was edified, and Lord willing, we allowed to endure unto the end. And once again, I want to give all praises unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH.